Dyllan Doe, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Dyllan Doe.
Howdy, y'all. I'd like to preface my speech with a content warning. I'm going to be touching on some controversial ideas on the topic of contemporary American culture. I might not be entirely politically correct, so please don't call the PC police on me. This is my perspective, and if you've got a problem with that, too bad. This is America, and I have the right to freedom of speech, and y'all have the right to stick your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la. I have a friend. Let's call him Max, because that's his name. Max is the kind of guy who believes that the Earth is flat, that the government did 9/11, that NASA never went to the moon. I'm sure we all know this kind of person, someone like Max. I was having a conversation with Max about facial recognition technology, and he tells me about how, the CIA has had had this technology for the past few decades. They have a book full of people's names and faces, and they know where you are at all times. Big Brother's watching, you know. Who knows what they're gonna do? Maybe the government's going to use this to take away our guns. And I tell him, bro, chill. You have a Facebook. Your profile picture is of you, guns going pew, 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 pew. They already have your face. You just checked in to get a free drink. Everyone knows where you are. Nobody wants your guns. It's crazy how everyone uses Facebook like this, right? I mean, all of our names are on there, all of our faces on there. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Facebook, personally. I love it because I can go on there and talk to people who have all sorts of varying beliefs and perspectives and ideas, and I have fun getting into all sorts of productive discussions. Arguments! Discussions. I hate it because a lot of people tend to use it to spread fear or hatred or some sort of distrust against authority and the government. But I digress. I was on Facebook, and Max posted an article about how the city was thinking of changing the name of Dixie Highway, because Dixie was just another name referring to the South, the Confederate States, and in our current political climate, that's very unacceptable. And so I decided I'm going to love today, and I asked him, so what does the Confederate flag mean to you? Now before I get into his response, I would like you guys to imagine what you think a stereotypical Texan is like. Just imagine that. I imagine a cowboy, hat-waving, country guy, country-loving, truck-loving, mudding person who loves country music, who loves being a farmer and going out and building fires, and who has intense patriotism. America! Yeah! Max said that that was what the Confederate flag meant to him. It represented the South and Southern culture to him. And that was pretty interesting to me, because what we think of Texas, what we think of as representing the Southern culture, is actually what the globe thinks of us Americans. To the international community, we're all Texans. But some might argue, Max actually argued this, that the South were the true Americans. And his reasoning was as follows. Back when we had the American Revolution, we rebelled against Britain. to fight against the tyranny of the British crown and the fascist king. In the time of the Civil War, the South seceded from the North to protect their way of life against the tyranny of the federal government and the fascist Abraham Lincoln. Now, I can sort of understand this perspective. I almost respect it, even if I don't agree with it. I mean, I understand why he feels this way. He was looking at the good side of the Confederate flag of Southern culture, because he was raised in the South his entire life. If I was some white kid who grew up in the South, I would feel the same way. On the flip side of this, there is also the idea that the Confederate flag represents a society that was built on top of the subjugation and enslavement of an entire group of people. But that was the past, right? It's not like the Confederate flag was revived during the Civil Rights Movement as a symbol against segregation. It's not like it was adopted by white supremacists today. It's not like people use this ideology, like Dyllan to shoot up an African church in Charlottesville. It's not like 2 years after that, we had a violent protest over a statue. That would be absurd, right, guys? Right? In this country, I feel like there's all this racial tension, and it's so weird, I guess, just being an Asian in America, because I feel almost just out of it. But I think on the topic of race, my 6th grade humanities teacher said it best. It's not about white race or black race. There is only really one race that matters. The presidential race. That was a joke, guys, right? But seriously, there is only one race that matters. The human race. Because we are all here together in this country, on this earth, on this rock, hurtling through space at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour together. We should at least be able to talk and communicate as Toastmasters and listen as well. And before I run out of time, I'd like you all to sing along with this one question I have. Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Contest Master.